Now at 6 on Time Warner Cable News on ABC 45, Arctic air is here already. Too soon for winter shelters to open. What's happening right now in Greensboro to help people in need of shelter from the cold? The sentence begins. A former Charlotte mayor turns himself in today, and our cameras are there. We'll show you where Patrick Cannon will be spending the next 3 years after he accepted bribes while in office. And the city's offer to manage the Civil Rights Museum in Greensboro is not winning over the center's founders. We'll look at the future of the site dedicated to preserving the past.
You're watching Time Warner Cable News on ABC 45.
And thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Sharon Stone. Those stories are coming right up. First, here at 6, meteorologist Monty Montello is here with the first check of that weather on the Once forecast. And Monty, we have got to start with you tonight. It is so cold out there.
Already below freezing in
Right, see you then. Thank you, Monty. And as Monty just said, Greensboro could see a record low overnight, dipping below that 20-degree mark. That record was set back in 1951. Our Katie Husband is talking with organizations about keeping some of the city's most vulnerable people warm and safe tonight. Katie. Meanwhile, EMS crews across the state are ready for the spike in emergency calls they receive during long cold spells. They're encouraging people to be mindful when using space heaters because many of their calls are fire related. As for those who spend most of their mornings outside jogging or exercising, they say making adjustments to their workout this time of year is essential.
I'd say below 25 is kind of pushing it. I've done it before. I did it in the snow, but yeah, you just have to kind of take it easy and be careful and listen to your body.
As for that record low in Greensboro, it currently stands at 20 from November 19th, 1951. It's not officially winter yet. Do not tell that to Mother Nature. By 9 this morning, parts of western New York had up to 4 feet of snow. Most of that region remains under a lake effect snow warning through tomorrow. Buffalo's south towns are projected to get hit the hardest. State and county officials say they have thousands of tons of salt ready. Meanwhile, western Michigan got its first winter-like storm. Snow totals were not excessive, but the storm packed snow, gusty winds, and falling temperatures, creating a mess on roadways. Despite the cold temperatures this morning, firefighters still had a job to do. Around 8:30, they were called after a car was found in a pond off of Statesville Road in North Charlotte. Upon arrival, a firefighter jumped into the freezing water with no protective gear, thinking someone could have been stuck inside.
It's good to know here in Charlotte and across the country that firefighters, when they arrive on scene, they're going to do what's necessary to try to save a life or make a difference. And Charlotte's in good hands.
No one was found in the car. The investigation is ongoing to determine how it got there. The car was found by utility workers that have been working nearby in the past few days. A co-founder of the Civil Rights Museum pushes back against an offer from the city of Greensboro to take over operations. Earl Jones says the proposal made by Mayor Nancy Vaughn was, quote, disrespectful. Bob Costner talks with Jones about his thoughts on the museum's finances and future. At an afternoon news conference, the Greensboro NAACP responded to Vaughn's comments, saying it strongly opposes the seemingly hostile takeover of the center, adding it should remain in the hands of the community, not the city of Greensboro. The Robinson County community is mourning the loss of 4 teens. The car they were riding in collided head-on with a county school bus yesterday. The driver, 16-year-old Gaddafi Worley, and passenger, 15-year-old Dalen Cummings, both attended South Robinson High School. 18-year-old Tyleek McNair attended Fairmont High School. 19-year-old Kashawn Leonard was a graduate of Fairmont High School. The Robinson County Sheriff's Office says their car was reported as suspicious by a nearby resident. 4 firearms were found at the scene of the crash. Those who knew Cummings and Worley say they were well liked by their classmates and teachers.
I want to remember the Gaddafi and the Dalen that I saw every day in the halls, who were respectful to me, who behaved, who attempted to do well in their classes.
There were no children on the school bus at the time of the crash. The school bus driver, 36-year-old Kenyatta Locklear of Maxton, is recovering at Duke University Medical Center. Former Charlotte Mayor Patrick Cannon started serving his 44-month prison term. He arrived at the Federal Correction Institution in Morgantown, West Virginia, about 11:30 this morning. Cannon was sentenced in October after pleading guilty to accepting bribes. The prison is a minimum security, all-male facility. Most of the 1,100 inmates sleep in dorm-style living quarters. According to the prison's intake guide and orientation handbook, Cannon will undergo physical and emotional evaluations upon his arrival. Still to come here at 6 o'clock, a warning for those depending on UPS and FedEx during this holiday season. Why you will wait longer than normal for your online orders. And later, a warning for holiday shoppers: start early. Shipping companies are expecting a record number of packages through Christmas. UPS and FedEx are projecting nearly 900 million packages in all. Andrew Sorensen tells us why they are already warning people about getting packages out on time.
In Charlotte, Andrew Sorensen, Time Warner Cable News.
Both UPS and FedEx are rolling out new technology in their shipping lines to take care of some of that holiday pressure. And Greensboro police want people to stay safe while shopping during the holidays. You can expect to see more officers in and around stores and malls while finding that perfect gift. Officials say beginning on Black Friday, officers will patrol on foot, bicycle, and in marked cars. They're advising you, don't carry lots of cash, lock your car, and park in well-lit areas. Forsyth Tech is trying to connect local manufacturers with aviation markets. It hosted a workshop today at Wake Forest Innovation Quarter. They gave an overview of the climate of the market and information on how to become suppliers. Experts say the aerospace industry is moving toward the southeast, and this is the perfect time for companies to get their foot in the door. With so many big names close to home, local manufacturers could help shorten that supply chain and focus on global logistics to help drive economic development in the Tar Heel State.
There's a growing anticipated market in the aerospace sector, anywhere from 4 to 10%. So we know that there's opportunity for North Carolina to get in on this booming industry within the Southeast.
Coulomb says there is a growing anticipated market in the aerospace industry of anywhere from 4 to 10%, presenting great opportunity for North Carolina to get into it. Davidson County Community College is looking to help meet the demand in North Carolina for workers in solar energy. The college is holding a pair of courses through tomorrow for electrical contractors, inspectors, and engineers.
When you invest over $1 billion in an industry, you have to have workers and the workforce that can support that investment. And as the investment continues to grow at about a third every year, we need to continue growing the support for that. First and foremost, our community college wants to be responsive to the industry.
North Carolina is in the top 10 nationally in terms of numbers of solar farms. Utilities say a growing number of customers are looking at whether solar is a good option to meet their electricity needs. Your sports is up next here at 6 o'clock. The Panthers shake up their roster just ahead of their bye week. Mike tells us about the moves the team is making. And holiday travel could be smoother from one North Carolina airport. That's in our Carolina Minute. Now here is tonight's Carolina Minute. One person was killed and a police officer was hospitalized following a standoff in Fayetteville this afternoon. Police were responding to a burglary call at a home. The suspect was still there when they arrived. Authorities said shots were fired during the standoff. The officer was shot in the leg. People in Orange and Durham counties learned more about their proposed light rail transit project today. The 17-mile line would run from Chapel Hill to East Durham. It would serve several locations, including UNC hospitals, downtown Durham, and the VA Medical Center. It's one of 2 light rail projects nationwide approved by the U.S. Department of Transportation. More people are expected to fly in and out of Charlotte Douglas International during the holidays. An airport spokesperson says they expect 26,000 travelers to use the airport next Tuesday and Wednesday before Thanksgiving. Officials say travelers should be prepared for parking and construction delays. These stories and more available anytime on Time Warner Cable News. Still to come here at 6 o'clock, stocks again close at record highs. Find out the encouraging news investors received that sent the market soaring from the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. And the Arctic air is here, but will it stick around? Monty's back after the break.
Upper 60s by Monday. And all things considered, Sharon, that's probably going to feel like 80s. Back to you.
Ready for that. Thank you, Monty. Well, stocks for Home Depot rise. Let's get the latest on the economy now from our team on Wall Street. Tonight after forever, here on Time Warner Cable News on ABC 45. More on the NAACP responding to the city of Greensboro's bid to run the International Civil Rights Museum, how that organization feels about the movement. And finally here this evening, Kannapolis native Elizabeth Seyfried could bring home the title of Miss World in December. Seyfried competed in Miss North Carolina and then Miss United States. As Miss United States, Seyfried visits hospitals as part of the international group Save the Children. She's been preparing to compete for months and she packs to leave tomorrow. Seyfried hopes other young women will get involved in pageants to help others.
Helped me give back to my community, to serve those around me, and to really become a better version of myself.
We have a link with more about how you can help Miss United States as she vies for the crown on our website. Just search Elizabeth Seyfried. The pageant is December 14th. World News Tonight with David Muir is next. Hope to see you back here at 11.